Cardi up top here. Cardi up here, please. Cardi. This one,
Last year Rihanna had a couple did really well. It's strange, you know. We have a longer running number ones too. Like in England, there's a new number one. Basically, there's like 40 number ones a year, or every week there's like a new number one. So Rita Ora had like 3 number ones this year. In England, the charts change a lot quicker. In America, we kind of have people who sit at the charts, and it's a larger country that kind of like move in one direction or the other. But there wasn't a lot of records out either. Last year was like you had Beyonce, you had Adele, you had these huge records that took up all the space on the charts. It just comes in waves.
Performed, I think, too. Like
Yeah.
Katy Perry, I think.
I think a lot of times right now too, I think the charts are changing. We're having a lot of songs that are just becoming not really one-hit wonders, but we have songs that are charging up the charts themselves via streaming services, like a lot of young records, rap music, and I think these records are doing it on their own. They're not working with giant marketing machines. And if you do rely on those things, like Katy's albums, nothing's guaranteed anymore. That's the main thing. Years ago, you could always bet your money. You know, like some of these pop stars were like the big banks that couldn't fail. But now, that's nothing. You know, nothing's guaranteed. You have to have great records, and when you have a great record, those records are on streaming services or on YouTube, and people are going to listen to them over and over again. And I think it's kind of refreshing that we have records like Cardi B going number one. That would never happen 4 or 5 years ago. Cardi B was only the 4th black female to have a top 10 record in the last decade. It was only Beyonce, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, and Cardi was the other woman to kind of break into that. So that's really cool. And she came out of Love and Hip Hop, and no one would put her money on her 2 years ago when you just had her skits. But I thought she was one of the most fascinating females, in music. So I'm happy for her.
It's cool that we can still have surprises in what some people
It's being so surprised. I mean,
so packaged,
when Black Beatles was number one last year, I think that was like an eye opener for everybody. And Mad Decent, my label, had a number one about 4 years ago called Harlem Shake, and I was kind of ushering in a new era of like, you don't have to have a giant pop song to have number. You literally have to have a dance or something. And if you work the angles right, you can reach huge numbers.
This is just video for this random.
Just random.
Just B-roll. Just B-roll.
It's random.
You want to sit down? Of course, I'm not going to direct anything because I'm not a good director. So you just do whatever you want to.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
I know it's not very, actually, I know it's not very professional because it should be directed and everything.